When I choreograph a piece, I usually start with a general theme, and then from that general theme I would do some research to help inspire me to create movement. So for example, if I were to choreograph a piece about the city, for example, I would then collect images of skyscrapers or poems about city life or music that reminds me of the city. And then I would experiment in the studio based on those things. So for example, I might create movements that reminds me of shapes of skyscrapers, or the music might remind me of a certain type of dynamics in terms of movement. And then from there, it just kind of carries on. I get curious about various things as I explore the movements. And then before I know it, one after another, one task after another, one question after another, one exploration after another, I've got a dance.
I'm inspired by true life events, stories, and that's usually what sparks the interest and the research process. And then I just dive into that. Once I'm inside of the studio, the first thing me and my sister would work on is creating a movement language, the accent of the work, the significant language, the images of the work.
When I start making a new choreography, I often take an element from previous choreography that I've made, and I take this element and I push it much further in the new piece, and this element often becomes the center of the new work, and it often feels like one choreography grows out of a previous choreography for me.
How I start my creative process? First, I often brainstorm the idea and the essence of the piece and write them down on my note, and then afterwards I physicalize the idea, how I can translate these ideas into movements, and playing around in the studio.
I begin my choreographic process by knowing what it is that I want to know. I think having a set of questions that you are in a room trying to answer, and it just gives you a bit of a sense of direction. I think working with some kinds of limitations really helps in this. So instead of finding what you're looking for, it's finding what you are not looking for in order to find what you're looking for. It's just as helpful.